Looking for the perfect steak dinner with sides this Valentine's Day? If so, try an Argentine steak dinner. Argentina is known for its steak, so this meal won't disappoint. From the appetizer to the steak sauce to the sides to the wine, this is the perfect steak dinner for Valentine's Day or any day. Take a look. The first step in making an Argentine steak dinner with sides is making the chimichurri, a garlic parsley pesto, which in my opinion is the best steak sauce ever. Although chimichurri seems to be fairly well known, salsa criolla is another Argentine steak sauce that you're going to want to make as well. But don't worry, I have recipes for chimichurri and salsa criolla along with variations coming up. An interesting aspect of steak dinner in Argentina is that the side dishes are usually lighter than compared to a steak dinner in the United States. A fairly common side is a potato salad called ensalada rusa or Russian salad, and it's delicious. Here's my recipe. I use equal parts of steamed potato and frozen peas and carrots mixture. However, this time I decided to use a little bit more potato than peas and carrots, so I used 150 grams of potato and 100 grams of frozen peas and carrots. But like I said, usually I use equal amounts of each. The most important thing is to not overcook the potato and to not overcook the vegetables. So about 4, maybe 5 minutes in the microwave for the potato and 2 to 3 minutes for the vegetables. For the vegetables, you just want the peas and carrots to be room temperature. You don't want them to be soft. It's also important for both the potatoes and the peas and carrots to be dry, so once they come out of the microwave, leave them uncovered for a few minutes. Dice the potato into cubes and add it to the peas and carrots. Although most people in Argentina remove the skin from the potato, I like to leave it on because it has a lot of nutrients. I then squeeze a bit of lemon juice over the salad, sprinkle a little bit of salt, and put it into the refrigerator so that it can cool. Ensalada rusa is usually served chilled, and in my opinion, it's much better that way. Although it's delicious as is, mixing in a bit of mayo right before serving is very traditional. However, if you're trying to make a light side dish for your steak dinner, skip the mayo. The lemon juice is what really makes it delicious. While your ensalada rusa is chilling in the refrigerator, it's time to make the first appetizer. Provoleta is a type of fried provolone cheese that is a very common appetizer for steak dinners and barbecues in Argentina. Actually, the most traditional way to make provoleta is to put chunks of provolone cheese directly on the grill. Argentine chefs work their magic to keep the chunk of cheese from melting and falling into the coals below, but neither do I have a grill, nor am I willing to risk wasting a perfectly good hunk of cheese, so I'm making mine in a pan. There's no shame in it. There's a detailed video coming up on how to make provoleta, so stay tuned. Taking your meat out of the refrigerator so that it can warm up before cooking is kind of controversial, but if you want to do that, now would be a good time to do that. Don't worry, I'll talk more about the meat in a bit, but right now it's time to make the salads. One thing about Argentine food that I think might be surprising to people in the United States is that Argentines love to grate vegetables on cheese graters, especially carrots. So that's what I'm doing. In Argentina, it's perfectly normal to eat a steak dinner or other meal with a side salad of grated carrots, zanahorias ralladas, and everyone loves it. Salad dressings in Argentina are always simple, so you could just do balsamic vinegar, apple cider vinegar, or one of my favorites, oil, lemon juice, and salt. However, I set aside some of the carrots to make another side dish for my steak dinner, a type of Argentine coleslaw. Honestly, I'm not sure if this side salad has a name, but it was definitely one of the first, if not the first, Argentine thing that I learned how to make. So you know that it's good. Once again, I'm using a cheese grater, and this time I'm using it to grate an apple, a Fuji apple.
You could use Red Delicious or Gala or maybe even Honeycrisp, but I wouldn't use Granny Smith. I would definitely go with a sweet apple. This side salad is easy. All you have to do is grate the apple on a cheese grater and then drizzle some lemon juice over it so that it doesn't get too brown. To 1 part grated apple, add half of a part chopped red cabbage and half of a part of shredded carrot. Squeeze a bit of extra lemon juice over the salad, sprinkle it with a little bit of salt, and set aside. This is another salad that is actually a little bit better cold, so you might want to make this ahead of time as well. About an hour before you plan on eating, same as with the ensalada rusa. Add mayo just before serving. This coleslaw is the perfect side dish for a steak dinner or any dinner because it's delicious. Not only is it sweet, but it also has a good texture contrast. If you're looking for a new coleslaw recipe, definitely give this one a try.
So now it's time to cook the meat. I put the oven on broil on high for a few minutes so that it could heat up. I took my broiling pan and I put foil on the bottom to catch the grease, and I also put foil on the top. I went through and found the little holes, and I took a knife and just went down like that to poke holes. You don't have to do this, but it's going to make cleanup a lot easier. And I took a little bit of sunflower oil and just greased the top. I put my New York strip in the middle and I scored lengthwise and widthwise to keep it from contracting. And I have my Italian sausages off to the side and my blood sausage off to the side as well. I know usually sausages are cooked at a lower temperature, but that's a lot to go through, a lot of plates to spin, and I feel like, at least in my experience, this is pretty good. As long as you keep the sausages off to the side, the heat is less direct, and I haven't had any problems, so it's going to be the way that I do it, for now at least. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a toothpick, I'm going to poke very small holes into the sausages. This is so that they don't burst. What I like to do is that since there is a grate here, I don't poke the holes on the bottom or on the top because I'm going to flip them. I poke the holes on the side. That way it won't lose as much juice. And I have noticed a difference. Poking the hole on the bottom or on the top means that in Argentina, the chorizo, the sausage, is a lot less juicy. So now this is going to go into the broiler. The steak will be 4 minutes aside. It's about an inch thick for medium rare, or excuse me, for medium well. And the sausages will take 5 minutes per side. So the sausages will be in there a little bit longer. And what I usually do is after I take off the steak, I move the sausages to the center so that they can get a little bit more direct heat for a minute on each side. So let's get to it.
For more information about the recipes in this video, as well as many others, don't forget to visit my website, parnellthechef.com.
It's been 4 minutes. Now it's time to turn the meat. Blood sausage, I'm going to move over to this side. Actually, no, I'll keep it over there. Why not? Now back in for 4 minutes. So now after another 4 minutes, I'm going to take out the steak and leave the sausages in, pushing them towards the center for a minute more on each side. So everything is done. The steak was in at 4 minutes per side, and I left the sausages in for 2 extra minutes per side, so 4 more minutes total. Now I'm going to take my steak, put it back on here, cover everything with foil,
and wait about 5 minutes until everything is ready, until everything has had a chance to have the juices come back in. So everything is done. The steak was in at 4 minutes per side, and I left the sausages in for 2 extra minutes per side, so 4 more minutes total. Now I'm going to take my steak, put it back on here, cover everything with foil, and wait about 5 minutes until everything is ready, until everything has had a chance to have the juices come back in. If you want a wine recommendation for your steak dinner, I would definitely go with a nice Malbec. Named after a variety of grape originally from France, introduced to Argentina in the 1860s, the region around Mendoza is famous for producing Malbec. If you've never had Malbec with your steak dinner, try it. You won't regret it. This Argentine steak dinner with sides was an incredible meal. The New York strip bife de chorizo turned out medium, just as I like it. And the Italian sausage, chorizo, and the blood sausage, morcilla, were perfect meat sides. I rounded out the other side dishes with a small green salad. Like I said earlier, side dishes for an Argentine steak dinner or an Argentine barbecue are a lot lighter than steak dinners in the United States, so they let you really enjoy the meat. Although, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with mac and cheese or cornbread or a really heavy potato salad with the barbecue. To an extent, I think it takes away from the meat. So if you're looking for something different this Valentine's Day or any day, try an Argentine steak dinner with sides. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also, for more information about this and other recipes, please be sure to visit my website, parnellthechef.com. And don't forget to follow me on social media. Once again, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.